All right, now we're going to look at electricity, and it's your turn to try. There are 3 examples that you can see on the screen. And give you a minute to pause the video, write them down, use your notes, plug into the formulas, and see what answers you get. Make sure you have a calculator, and we'll come back in a second and see how you did. All right, in the first example, it says you have a current, there's a magic word, of 200 amps, and I see voltage. What is resistance? Well, if you find the formula, I equals V over R, we're going to plug our numbers into that formula and see what we get. If you have a current of 200 amps, well, that's this one here, and a voltage of 20 volts, what is the resistance? Well, remember, you put it over 1 and you cross multiply. That's 200x equals 20 times 1. I want to keep the x there. I divide by 200. So 20, take my handy dandy calculator, 20 divided by 200. My answer I get 0.1. I hope that's what you got. 0.1 resistance, which is actually ohms. And if you don't know that, again, it doesn't matter if you know the words. Sometimes ohms is written like this. It's actually the symbol for it. To me, it looks like an old lady's hairdo, but it's called ohms. So they may put that as well. As long as you get the number, you can find that answer on the answer sheet. Hope you got that one. If not, go back and check your work, see what you get. Second example. A lamp has a power, there's a magic word, 150 watts. The current is 15 amps. What's the voltage? The formula you should have found was P equals VI. And my writing got stuck there, so let me move it over here. P equals V times I. And we're going to plug numbers into that formula. Let's see, you have power is 150, so that number is going to go there. Watts. And the current, that's I, that's 15 amps. What is the voltage? There's my X. I'll leave the X there. I divide by 15. And you do it on both sides. And 150 divided by 15, I can do that one in my head. That is 10. Again, I got to move my number. 10 amps. That's the answer you should have gotten. And for the last one, if 120 volts and 10 amp motor is left running for 5 hours, what is the energy use? Well, that electrical energy, it's going to be power times time. Well, we know from here that power is volts and current. Volts and current. Well, that's volts and current. So that means that if I'm going to do this, that 120 and times 10 is this answer right here. That's what P is. Time was 5 hours. Okay, so I'm going to have to multiply all 3 of those numbers. So it's 120 times 10 times 5. The answer? 6,000. 6,000 watts. 6,000 watts. Or 6 kilowatts. Either one of those answers will work. If you got these, congratulations. Again, all of these problems, it involves plugging the number into the formula and solving for it. Remember, we also looked at circuits. When we look at circuits, such as here's a different picture, reminder, the electricity has to make it all the way around. If there's any blockage, nothing lights up. Sometimes they draw light bulbs like this. It doesn't matter. You always have to have a path all the way around for the electricity to work. This is series, one path. Parallel has multiple paths. Good luck. You're doing a great job.